This also helps. This will increase your odds to be a professional trader. It is going to take some guts or nuts, depending on how you look at it, some intestinal fortitude in order to be a professional trader. If you don't either have guts or nuts, the door's in the back. It is not a game for the lighthearted. I know I make a joke of it, and I make a joke of just about everything just to keep it lighthearted. But you do have to be willing to take some substantial risk in this business. If I want to make $1 million in any market, I need to risk at least $1 million. Okay? I can't take a $10,000 account and turn it into $1 million. I'm not saying it never happens. The likelihood of it happening is just very, very low. Okay? So if I want to make $1 million, I'm going to have to risk something close to $1 million. All right? All right, push the right button. So a lot of people start out and they'll do demo accounts, and then they'll try real trading accounts. How many in here has ever traded on a demo account? Okay. How many in here trades on a live account? All right. So is demo trading different than a live account? Yes. The reason it is because you actually have real money on the line. It's called gap analysis. This is called fantasy. It's like Vegas, right? Like demo account is Vegas. Like this is fantasy. This stuff don't go on at home, right? Like I don't see people walking around my hometown like they walk around here. Okay? So that's your demo. And then your real account is reality, what you're actually able to do on a day in, day out basis. All right? So there's that gap in between. We call it gap analysis of how long it's going to take you to get from fantasy land to actually what you're doing. All right? So that's what you want to do. Now, one story I have about pushing the right buttons is on a first-class flight on the way to London last year before. I was sitting in, I think it was first class. Anyway, I was laying, and you can obviously see I'm not a small dude. I'm a good-sized guy. And I was laying on my side, and I was like, man, this recliner is killing my back. I'm just going to flip over. And the last one I rode in, they have these little beds, but they're like coffins, so you can't move in them. You kind of just get stuck in them. And I rolled over, and I was like, man, I'm just going to adjust it one more time because my back is still hurting. And I kept hitting the buttons, but nothing was working. I was like, I cannot believe I broke the bed, the little recliner thing. This is so embarrassing. So I was getting ready to hit, and I said, I'm going to keep on trying it. So I hit the button, and I could hear the motor going, but nothing was moving in my physical little mini bed. And I was going, what? Am I hitting a... And so if I'm facing this way, and the buttons are here, and I'm just working, I'm just going... I'm like, I've broke it. I'm going to have to lay down for the rest of the flight. This is not good. It's good since it's 8 hours, but it's bad because I've broken the bed. About the time that I get ready to call the stewardess, I turn over, and the guy beside me is looking at me and going, dude, you are killing me. So I was so red and embarrassed, and evidently he was just sitting over there doing crunches while I was working his button over. My cover had covered my buttons, and his buttons were in view for me to mess with. So it's really embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. All right, so we went over that. All right, so one of the big lies you'll always hear on Wall Street is you'll never go broke taking a profit. It's one of the biggest BS lies you'll hear for a couple of reasons. One, what it does is it gets you in the habit of taking little gains, like, oh, my God, I got some money, take it off the table. Oh, my God, I got some money, take it off the table. And the reason it's such a bad habit is because, one, we reinforce it because most of us, when we trade, we lose money, right? So then as soon as we make a little bit of money, we just want to take it because we're afraid it's going to turn into a loss. So then it's just that vicious cycle that we go through. So focus on when you have a winner, adding to it, not taking it off the table. When you have a loss, cut it loose. Cut it loose quickly. All right? When you have a winning trade or a trade that's going in your favor, add to it. Do not cut it loose. All right? And it's true, you'll never go broke taking a profit. You'll just never make a dime. You'll just die by 1,000 little cuts, 1,000 lashes. All right?